Hi everyone, Big Pauly back for a brand new video. Yes, finally done it. I've completed my Disney Pixar Steelbook collection. I've got all 24 films, all in Steelbook form and 4K. But today's video, I'm going to go through all of the Steelbooks for the whole collection. So let's start right at the beginning. Okay, so we are starting right at the very beginning. I think these are in chronological order, release order. So we're going to start with, in my opinion, is the best Pixar film of all time and my favourite CGI movie ever created. And that is Toy Story. I'm going to take the plastic off while I show you. So yes, beautiful steelbook. What can I say? Look at the colours in that. It is a matte finish, but it does have some embossing on it. We have a really nice title, fantastic back showing an action scene. Some of these steelbooks are 3D, some of them are 4K. We have one disc, so that is the standard Blu-ray. I also do have Toy Story on 3D as well and 4K, because you can never have enough Toy Story. But yes, this is the film that made us fall in love with Pixar. What can you say about this story? It is just delightful. It is amazing. The characters are to love, to fall in love. I could just go on and on about it. But we all know and love Toy Story. So that is the first one in the collection. Next up, we have, very shiny, A Bug's Life. One of very few steelbooks that come out for this one. I did used to own this one many years ago and I sold it for some reason, but I was lucky to get this back. This has got some nice embossing and debossing. It shows the characters there. We have a beautiful spine, fantastic back. Again, glorious colours. This is a standard Blu-ray. It's just a beautiful inside. And it's just a fantastic film. There's just so many great characters. He's my favourite character, yeah. Just so many great characters in the film, and they knew they were on a roll with these first two Pixar movies. What have we got next? Next we have, I should imagine many people's favourite Toy Stories. This is Toy Story 2. Yes, and we get introduced to Jessie there, and this was just a fantastic film. We have the toy barn, you know, we have the toy shop, we have Jessie introducing herself, and we have that fantastic scene where she's left at the side of the road, and yeah, you cry. Brilliant music by Randy Newman. Toy Story wouldn't be Toy Story without Randy Newman. There is the spine, fantastic back. Again, another great inside there, with the discs and all of the characters. I just love the Toy Story films. There's not one Toy Story film that disappointed me. So that's Toy Story 2. Next up, we have Boo and Friends. That's right, Monsters, Inc. What can you say about Monsters, Inc? This started a generation of scary creature loving kids, and obviously it went on to spawn a prequel and also a TV series as well. But there's just something about Pixar's writing. I mean, in my personal opinion, Pixar is the greatest movie studio in the world, bar none, for storytelling. I mean, maybe some of the stories over recent years have not been as strong as the earlier films, but they are still knocking it out, giving us something original. I know we get sequels and things like that and prequels, but we still get new fresh ones, which you'll see when we get later in the collection. So yes, this is Monsters, Inc. This is a 2-disc one, which also includes the 3D disc. I think I'm probably going to sit down at some point and just do a Pixar marathon, because I haven't done a Pixar marathon for years. Next up, still knocking it out of the ballpark and Fantastic film, fantastic characters, and beautiful steelbook. Finding Nemo. Look at that steelbook. We don't get steelbooks like that anymore. What's the matter with these companies? That is absolutely beautiful with all the debossing, embossing, gloss. It's just amazing. There's the title and there's the back. Look, it's a very minimal back, but it has such a massive impact. Yeah, they knew how to design steelbooks back then. Again, 2 discs with some fantastic inside artwork, and I just love Finding Nemo. It's just an amazing movie. Next up, we have The Incredibles. Again, another great steelbook. I think I used to own a different steelbook back in the day with all of the characters on the front. But for some reason I sold it, probably because I needed money at the time. But this one was sent to me as subscriber mail, and it was one of the ones that was really missing from the collection. So I was fortunate enough to get out an absolutely mint steelbook. Beautiful steelbook with embossing on the top there. Fantastic title on the spine, and we get a great back there as well. And you open it up and you've just got the whole image. It's just amazing. This is just the standard Blu-ray, but as you can see, there's no ratings logo, so it's not an English steelbook, but it's still a really beautiful steelbook. And the film is fantastic as well. I love the film. So that's The Incredibles. Next up, for all of us that really enjoy driving our cars at high speed, doing handbrake turns and skids and drifting. Yeah, I can't drift in my car. I just go into the next building. Disney Pixar's Cars. Owen Wilson, who could play that character? It's fantastic. All of the cars. I mean, you never even imagined that an animated film would imagine putting eyes where the windscreen is and a mouth at the front, but it just works so brilliantly. And when you get that concept, you kind of realise that you can just do anything. I mean, we had planes. I'm surprised we didn't go further. Maybe trains, boats, planes and automobiles and so forth. Maybe even, I can't even remember. Was there a motorcycle? I don't think there was a motorcycle, was there? Maybe we could have done some motorcycle ones, but then they would have had riders that we would have sung. Paul, you're getting off key here. Yes. So this is Cars. Again, another great film. A great steelbook with lots of embossing. A matte finish. Brilliant spine title there. Fantastic picture of Mater on the back there. Fantastic. And again, a great interior with 2 discs including the 3D. So I literally, for the Pixar movies, I literally own the Blu-rays, I own the 3Ds, the Steelbooks and the 4Ks. That's dedication. For that, I should get a tour around Pixar Studios for my commitment. Next up, who likes a bit of Remy in the kitchen? Oh, we have Ratatouille. This is a beautiful steelbook. Originally I owned like the dark blue one. I think it was a very glossy dark blue one, maybe with the Eiffel Tower on it, but I sold that again. Sometimes I wonder, why did I sell them? What was the point in selling them? I think it was probably to pay bills way back. But I was fortunate enough to find this one on eBay, I believe it was, and it's got such beautiful spot gloss on the knives. And a great title there. I think this is the French release, but it is so beautiful. We have a really nice spine title and a fantastic back as well. And the film is amazing as well. We get 3 discs in this one. What we get? We get the Blu-ray. What is that disc? Oh, okay. So we got a Disney DVD. So we have the DVD, a bonus Disney DVD, and the Blu-ray. Obviously, probably 2 discs there that would never ever get played, the DVD ones. But again, that is a beautiful steelbook, a brilliant film. That does have like a backing sheet, so I think that might be, yeah, I think that's probably the French edition. So let's see if we can slide this in here with the backing sheet on it. There we go. Okay, so that is Ratatouille. Next up, what we got? Oh, we have Pauly. I bet you can't guess what the film is. It's Wally. Yes, I love this steelbook. It could have been a bit more vibrant. Don't have to go with the glass, but there might, you know, a bit of spot glass here and there. Maybe this could have been spot glass, but I'm not complaining. It's still a really nice steelbook. Minimal up here. He's looking off into space. We have a fantastic spine title there, and also a very minimal back, but it blends in with everything that's on the front. This is actually a heavy steelbook. Why is it so heavy? Why is it heavy, man? Oh yeah, I got this is 3 discs actually. Why is it 3 discs? I can't remember. This is actually a Blue Fans edition. No, I come to think of it, I've taken it out of the slipcover. There was a slipcover for it. So yeah, I just thought I'd take it out and just put it up there on the shelf, because sometimes the Blue Fans editions take up a lot of space, so I leave them tucked in down the bottom here in the shelf and just display these up the top. It's easier to get to. So yeah, 2 discs. So we have the Blu-ray, Blu-ray extras, and there's a space there, so I could put the 4K or maybe there isn't a 3D. There isn't a 3D. I just remember that. Yeah, maybe I could put the 4K there. But I also have lots of art cards as well, some Wally art cards. That's why it was weighted down. So that's really nice. So yes, that is Wally. Again, a fantastic film. And just a lovable character. Next up, one of my all-time favourite Pixar films. And they've actually found these people in real life. They've found their real life counterparts. Yes, it's Up. And Kevin as well, of course. And Carl. Yes, this is a beautiful film. And Doug, look, there's Doug. I love Doug. Doug is my favourite character in Up. I do have a plush Doug that talks, and I also love Doug's Tales, was it? Or Doug Days. I think it was called Doug Days on Disney Plus. I hope we get a lot more of those. Unfortunately, we're going to have to maybe get a recast on the voice. Sadly, he passed away. But it's a beautiful film. I love it Up. Beautiful back as well. Just beautiful. And the first 10 minutes, I'm telling you now, if you went in to see Up and you didn't cry in the first 10 minutes, you're not a movie fan and you're not human. There is the interior. 3D and Blu-ray and a beautiful inside. One of my all-time favourite Pixar movies, Up. Next up, back to the Toy Stories. And we are back with number 3. And what we thought was going to be the final Toy Story. The ending of this is harrowing and horrific and nerve-wracking and edge of the seat. But it was a fantastic and perfect ending to the film as well. And they just can't do anything wrong with the Toy Story films. We get all the characters back again. And more. Good old Woody on the back there. 2 discs in this one. Blu-ray and the bonus features. And some nice interior artwork. Yes, and the debate is, should they have kept Toy Story as a trilogy? Should that be it? If they had, we would have missed out on so many great characters in the next film, but we'll get to that one in a minute. Next up, probably most people's least favourite Pixar movie. I don't dislike it. It's not as strong as the other films, but I need to rewatch it. Maybe watch all Cars films back to back. This is Cars 2. Of course, with the addition of Michael Caine is kind of what makes the film, or kind of what saves the film for a lot of people. Beautiful back there, fully glossy, lots of spot gloss and lots of embossing. Nice title. This is actually a standard one, so this is a standard Blu-ray. But what I've done, I've taken all my 3D discs from the 3D packaging and put them in the Steelbook. So I don't mind that it's actually stacked on top, because there's plenty of room, so it's not going to scratch or anything like that. It makes it easier to get to, because I can just go straight to the Steelbook rather than have to look around for the 3D. So that's Cars 2. Next up, we have another beautiful looking Steelbook, Brave. Kelly MacDonald, wasn't it, I think, was the voice. I'm pretty sure it was Kelly MacDonald, if that's her right name. You correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But yeah, this was a good film. This wasn't a brilliant Pixar film, but it was still a really good film. Billy Connolly. And that just makes me laugh so much. It's kind of like the early years of Ed Sheeran. Again, I've put the 3D disc, or I think this one came with a 3D disc actually, yeah. 3D and the Blu-ray and some great interior artwork. So that is Brave. And next up, we have the Monsters University prequel. Monsters University. What did I say? Monsters, yeah, the Monsters Inc. prequel, Monsters University. Yes, there's so many monsters. This is a beautiful Steelbook. This is full glossy. This is also a Blue Fans edition that I've taken out of the main packaging and just put in a separate case. You know, a separate plastic thing so I can get to it. Because sometimes the Steelbooks are like hidden away in this beautiful Blue Fans packaging that you don't really appreciate it. Fantastic back on there. And this is Blu-ray and 3D. Brilliant interior. Great film as well. Who would have thought that they could actually pull off a Monsters Inc. prequel and get away with it? Very fun film. Next up, I think probably this might be maybe my third favourite Pixar movie of all time. This is Inside Out. This is a beautiful looking film, even in 4K. Glorious to look at. The amount of colours in this is incredible, just like Up with the balloons. And it's just an explosion, a rainbow explosion. There are so many great characters in this, with Sadness, and we have Bing Bong. Yes, I cried at Bing Bong as well. I know I'm what, 52, 51, 52, I can't remember, but I cry. But this is a beautiful film and so many striking visuals. We have a great spine there and a fantastic back. And there he is in all his glory. I love the actor who also voices him. He's fantastic. He's so comical as well. There's the Blu-ray and there's the 3D as well. And this is, I think this is a Blue Fans. I think this might be a Blue Fans edition as well. But I didn't want to hide the beautiful looking Steelbook away in the Blue Fans packaging. So I pulled it out to show off. It looks fantastic on the shelf. Next up, also not as popular when it comes to Pixar movies, but I still really enjoy it. It's very basic. It's a very simple tale of a boy, a dinosaur, or several dinosaurs, and exploration. It's The Good Dinosaur. Now, when this Steelbook came out, I wasn't really too impressed because although we get that on the front there, it's nice to look at. Unfortunately, It's the time when we got the images instead of the spine title, but it has a nice back. The film is good. The film is visually stunning to look at, using like real landscape photography and such incredible CGI, and it's the most natural, beautiful looking movie probably of Pixar. So there we have the Blu-ray and the 3D. Because of no title on the spine and on the front, I found this on eBay. I'm pretty sure it probably comes from some Asian release. This is a slipcover, a Good Dinosaur slipcover. It's a vinyl slipcover, so yes, it's plastic, but it has a title on the spine there. Although I can't read that, it doesn't really matter. It still looks really nice, and I think it looks fantastic when it's actually on the Steelbook, because it just adds to it. You can see the dinosaur behind there, and we have the spine. So yeah, I'm so happy that I managed to find that, to kind of like bring it up to the image look of the other Pixar films, so that it blends in with the spine as well. So that is the Good Dinosaur. Bear with me. What we got next? We have Finding Dory. What can I say about this film? Originally I thought, it's not going to work. You can't do a follow-up to Finding Nemo and get away with it. I was wrong. This has so much charm, you know, the octopus, and we have Dory forefront, you know, Nemo background, and again, it's just another great film. Brilliant back there, nice spine. This is also a Blue Fans edition. The title at the top there is actually I think it's Chinese. I think Blue Fans is Chinese, but we also have a Blue Fans sticker there. The actual Blue Fans packaging itself is in English. It's just for a little while Blue Fans started putting the foreign title on the discs, whereas beforehand they just put the English title on. But this is a beautiful steelbook with all this, you know, all this real gloss and embossing, and a great film. Next up, we have a Pixar film I still haven't got round to seeing yet. I know, I cannot believe this. How many years this came out and I have not got round to watching this film. I need to rectify that. I need to rectify it really soon. Cars 3. I have not seen Cars 3. I don't know why. I just need to watch this film. So yes, we have a really nice cover there with some nice embossing, really nice spine title and a back as well. And we have 3 discs. The 3D, the Blu-ray and the bonus. And I can't really say anything about the film because I really don't know what the story is about. I feel kind of ashamed and disappointed with myself that I have not seen a Pixar movie, you know, that's been out for a couple of years. So I will rectify that and I'll share my thoughts on that. Next up, one of the most beautiful looking Pixar movies of all time. The colour palette on this, it's just mesmerising. It's like, I know a lot of people might say, oh, Avatar is a crap film. Yes, I know, Avatar's not Pixar. But the colour palette, the impact it had on people, and this kind of had the same impact. It's just so colourful. And it's just a fantastic story, one of Pixar's best, and I just love the film. This is Coco, and this is also a Blue Fans edition with a really nice steelbook, lots of embossing and gloss. You can't get a more colourful steelbook, you really can't. and the film is just absolutely fantastic. Now, when this came out, there was a bit of a problem with, I think it was maybe Disney, and there is a dog barking, by the way. There was a problem with, I think, with Disney and Blue Fans, a contract. I think it was maybe Disney China, and this was due to come out with 2 discs, a Blu-ray and a 3D Blu-ray, and unfortunately they had to only include the 2D disc. I think they didn't have permission to put the 3D disc in. I actually do have Coco on 3D, so I kind of missed that one. So yes, I should have just taken my 3D disc out from Coco and just popped it on there. So I will rectify that by the end of the video. But there is the Blue Fan sticker as well. And look, it's just an absolutely incredible steelbook. Absolutely glorious. And the film is just beautiful as well. So that's Coco. Next up, we have a bit more incredible action. Yes, we have The Incredibles 2. Again, another nice steelbook. Kind of striking because, you know, with all the silhouettes and everything, but it does have lots of spot gloss on it. Nice title on the spine there and on the back. I did enjoy this film, but not as much as the first film. But it does need a rewatch. 3 discs, the 3D, the Blu-ray and the bonus disc. So yeah, I will rewatch this. Maybe I'll rewatch the movies kind of like in order, you know, both of the Incredibles movies together, all of the Toy Stories together, all of the cars together. That might be probably the best way to go. Next up, this is, I think, the actual last steelbook I bought to complete the collection. This is Toy Story 4, which I bought from CEX, and it is mint, and it came with the J card as well. It doesn't match any of the other Toy Story films on the front. You know, there's no title, there's no embossing, anything like that, but we do get a spine title that does match. I know there are 4K versions of all of the Toy Story steelbooks now. I might pick them up, but I need them to be cheaper than they are. I think they go for £15 to £20 each at the moment, so if I can grab them for like 10 quid each, I'll be happy. But yeah, see, it's a nice front, but it could have had more. But there is the title, and that's a good back. That's a really good back. And as I was saying earlier on, could we have just done with 3 Toy Stories and that would be it? Look what we would have missed had we just had 3 films. We would have missed the magic of Forky and Duke Kaboom as well, and all the other characters as well. So yes, this is a great film, a great addition to the Toy Story adventures, and yeah, I love the film. This has got 3 discs. It only shows 2, but there is one stacked. I don't know if it was released this way, if it came this way, but what we have is we have Toy Story 4 and the 3D disc, and then we have a bonus disc. So I'm not sure if it actually came like that. I don't recall actually putting my Toy Story 4 disc in it, because this is the 3D edition. I think they released a 3D and a 4K version of this. But anyway, that is Toy Story 4. And luckily with the cardboard wrap, it does actually fit inside the plastic surround. So that's really good. We're getting down to the last 3 now. Okay, so the next one. This was a steelbook that I couldn't get my hands on. Was really tricky to find at the right price, and I didn't really want to pay like £40 upwards, because that's the price it was going for on eBay, and I didn't want the English version. This is Onward, and I'd pretty much given up for now looking, you know, maybe I'd go back to eBay and look on another time, and I received this in the post as subscriber mail. and I just could not believe it. I could not believe it. Mainly because it's not the English version, but I mean, I'll show you in a minute. Again, a minimal looking steelbook, but very striking, with nice spot gloss on there. And this was a film that I actually didn't see on release, so I was late to the party watching the film, but I really enjoyed it. And I kind of connected the same way, you know, not having lost a father, but having lost a mother. I kind of like connected the same way with the story. You know, what would you give to spend 24 hours with someone that's gone? Yeah, I know. So I'm tearing up a bit now. But yes, this is beautiful. And that's the reason why I was totally floored with this subscriber mail, because it's the international release. I think it might be maybe the French or Spanish release. I'm not sure. But it has a title on the spine. And the English one just had the pictures down there. There is the back. We do have 2 discs. We have the standard Blu-ray, and we also have the bonus disc. I do also have this in 3D, so maybe I'll buy a couple of those plastic hubs that you can stick on there, and then I can just put the 3D disc. But this was, it knocked me both on receiving it as subscriber mail and story wise as well, because I really had a strong feeling for this film, and I understood a lot of the love in the film. So yes, that is Onward. Onwards and upwards. 2 left. That's 4, isn't it? 2 left. Next one. What can we say about Soul? The story of a man that falls down a pothole and kind of goes to heaven, well, midway on the stairway to heaven. And it's dark. It is a dark film for a Pixar movie. You're talking about death, the afterlife. It's not something that you would imagine Pixar would delve with, but they did it beautifully, absolutely beautifully. The music is fantastic if you like jazz in this film. It's just a joy to listen to. I'm not a jazz fan, but the music is fantastic. I love them. I love the music. And so many great characters. The scene with the cat. the cat is fantastic in this film as well. And unfortunately, Mama Bowman was not around when this came out, and I think she would have probably pissed her pants. I almost did. Yes. So this, again, is a really nice steelbook. I almost didn't get this steelbook. I waited for it to come down on a discount, and I picked it up. And yeah, it's a beautiful steelbook. It's minimal. There he is. It's minimal, but it's so striking. It's artwork. It's a piece of artwork. I know I've always complained in the past, you know, why hasn't it got a title on the front? But sometimes you don't really care, as long as it's got a spine title. That's all I'm bothered with, really. 3 discs. This has got the Blu-ray, the bonus disc, and the 4K disc. And yeah, this was a beautiful film and a very fun film. Getting back to a lot of fun stuff. Okay, so that is Soul. So let me put that back in its plastic, because you've got to have plastic surrounds on your steelbooks. Last up then, I don't believe this got a 4K release on steelbook, and I went for the French edition because I think it looks nicer. As far as I'm concerned, I'll explain. This is Luca. Again, another fun film. Just about two young boys there. There was a girl in it as well, of course. With their scooters, and the fact that when he gets submerged into water, he turns into a fish. Some kind of fish. I don't know what fish it is. Maybe it's a piece of plaice or a cod. Who knows? A sea creature. Let's just say that. But yeah, this is a fun film. As you can see there, he's half in and half out. So it came with the surround. Yeah, it's the French release. Beautiful steelbook again. Title on the spine, which is important. Beautiful back there. One disc, but with some really nice interior artwork. And the main reason I bought this one, the French one, is because the French one has a debossed title. I don't believe the English one has. I mean, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the English one has just straight paint and no debossing. So let me know down below if I am wrong. Sometimes I do get it wrong. Sometimes. So that is Luca. There we go. That is it. That is my complete Disney Pixar Steelbook collection. I do have a pre-order in for the next one, Turning Red. So I hope we get a spine title. I'm sure we will. But that Steelbook looks beautiful. It kind of like reminds me of The Soul and Onward. You know, very minimal on the front so far as titles are concerned, but great pictures on there. The film, I really enjoyed the film. I think it's one of the most fun films from Pixar in years. Going back to like the Toy Stories and that, and Bugs Life, just a great fun film. Now, unfortunately, the Steelbook in the UK is only coming as a Blu-ray. It's the same with Luca. They released that as a Blu-ray only. So I think they might sort of like stick the 4K exclusively to Disney Plus and just churn out the Blu-ray. But they are releasing a standard 4K, so I'll get the 4K as well as the Steelbook, but I look forward to getting that one. But yes, that is it. That is my complete Disney Pixar Steelbook collection. I hope you enjoyed the video. We're getting on to 40 minutes. Hope I didn't bore you. And like the video by giving it some thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, comment and share. I'll see you on the next video very soon. Bye bye.